So last night I made a video because my aunt, Joanne Duran, came to attack me. You know, let me just wait until a few people come here. Boy, I tell you, when family secrets start coming out, some of you are so despicable. You are so despicable, and I'm not protecting anyone. So if you can't learn to leave a survivor alone and let her survive, then I'll make a video every day if that's what it takes. I will make a video every single day for each family member, each neighbor, each person, anyone who knew what was going on and didn't help to protect me. Every day you call me, I'm going to make a video and I'm going to out you, and I'm not going to hide anyone's name, and I'm not going to protect anyone. So yeah, it's best if you are not a part of my survival journey that you just move right along and please let me be. I made a video yesterday about my aunt, Joanne Duran. Sorry, my brother, my father, the man that impregnated my mother, his sister, who obviously is very familiar and in love with her brother, her rapist brother. And I made my video to make my peace, and she attacked me and told me that I was, for a lack of words, destroying her brother's credibility. What credibility he has, I don't know, because if a man goes to prison for 10 years after raping multiple women but only being caught for one 14-year-old child, I can't see how that is a credible person. So she watched the video after I was just pouring it out, and still came back under my statuses to attack me again. But needless to say, I'm healed, and it's every day it's a healing process. You know, there are parts that are healed and parts that will continue to be healed as long as I'm living. But anyway, that's not what this is about. So she reported my page this morning because I answered her that I was bullying her. And then she blocked herself. That's fine. Now I have a cousin named Denver Duran. When I was down and out, I was very ill. I was living with this young man because I was homeless. There's no shame in that. I came from Jamaica and he gave me somewhere to live, and I'm very much thankful for that. The agreement was to be that I would watch his boys because he was going through a divorce and he's in the military. I agreed because it benefited both of us. Now, this same aunt and this Duran, Denver Duran, are quite close. And he literally told me that I had to leave his house because we ate different. And because I was born a day before his ex-wife would hurt him very much so. And come to think about it, it was only because his now wife was moving in. He then told me that we couldn't be friends because his aunt, Joanne Duran, told him not to speak to me. I then said to him, Denver, do you know that your aunt has never asked me what happened, how I was feeling, was I traumatized, what happened? Now people, I did my video and I'm helping people, and that's what it's about. And anyone who wants to talk about a book or something, I don't care what you have to say. I'm doing this for the survivors, the many people who I can't repost their messages because it's confident and it's private. But the many people who have reached out to me to say, Monique, thank you. Do you guys know that since I made this video yesterday, do you know that at least 4 women have come forward to tell me that my father raped them? Do you know that at least 4 women has gone under the post to say that my father has raped them? That they reported it and they got no justice? Denver Duran, do you know that your uncle has raped at least 5 women that we know about? Denver Duran, do you know that since your uncle came out of prison, he went and was staring at his naked daughter? Huh? And it's because her mother was there and she shouted out? Do you know that's why he didn't get to rape the child again? Did you know that he did that to his youngest child? The one he got out of wedlock? Denver Duran, that's going to call my phone 3 minutes ago to let me know that he's calling to talk to me about my book and the shame I'm putting on the Duran name and the family. Denver Duran, you have never, I published my book to talk about my story, to maybe help someone, and you have never, ever picked up the phone to call me to say, cuz, I'm so sorry for what you've been through. I'm so sorry that my uncle hurt you like that. I called your arrogant ass father. And all he could say to me was, what are you doing with your life? Because all you stupid Irish potatoes, because you keep walking around talking about you're Irish. You're so loathed with self-hate. Walking around talking about you're mixed with Irish so you think you're higher than thou. Let me tell you something. I'm mixed with maroon. I'm strong. I'm back broad. Come. Denver Duran that kicked me out the house when I was ill because your wife was moving in and you didn't have the balls to just say that. I was okay. I'd been through a rough life. I knew what the shelter was. It was nothing. But I thought we were family and you'd help me. And I didn't hold that against you. It's okay. Each man is entitled. And because I'm not one to think you had put anything down for me, I left. And I bounced around for a while. And you know what? I'm not ashamed to say that. Because such is the life of many young girls who have been victimized and been raped and been through abuse. So no, I'm not ashamed to come on here and say that I've been through it. As a matter of fact, I wrote about it. Because there's no shame. Because if I'm shameful, I can't help another person. And Denver Duran, DenverDoran, instead of picking up the phone and calling me and saying, oh my God, Monique, I did not know the volume to which you were abused. I did not know the extent to which you were abused. You are going to have the audacity to pick up the phone and call me to let me know you want to express your disdain for me calling the family name. Take the Duran blood clot name and shove it up your ass. I don't care about the Duran name. Who are the Durans? Fuck you and the Durans. Who are you guys? Huh? Who are you all? You think I care? Huh? Do you really think I care? You did not even have the audacity to ask me how I'm feeling. You did not have the audacity to pick up the phone and say, cuz, I'm sorry you were hurting. You're going to come and call my phone and talk about the shame I'm putting on the Jamaican name and family. Each of you that come to me, I'm going to put you on blast. So it would be wise for you all to just leave me the hell alone. I don't trouble people. I don't mess with people. I was given a journey. Your uncle blessed me with a curse and cursed me with a blessing. And I'm going to use that to the best of my ability. And I'm going to help people everywhere. Today at 3:30, I'm going to go meet some beautiful survivors. And I'm going to be on a panel. And I'm going to speak about these things that you guys want to hush up and shut up. You're going to come and tell me about the Duran name and the shame I'm bringing. Nobody even knows you guys. Nobody care. Bitch, I'm making your name something. I'm putting something to the Duran name. I'm clearing up the mess. I'm somebody. I'm probably the only Duran outside of my cousins, my sweet, beautiful young cousins. And by the way, my father is not the only one. Your other uncle also touched his nieces, his daughters. And I won't call their names because they didn't give me the permission to do that. They know themselves. I have other female cousins, Denver Duran, that your other uncle raped. He raped both his daughters and he abused the mother. Do you really want me to start putting the Duran secret out, Denver Duran? The Duran family from St. Paul, Manchester. Do you really want me to put it out there, Denver? I made my video and I did not mess with anyone. I made my status and your aunt came to let me know she was upset that I confessed on social media that your uncle raped me for 3 years. And I will say it. Matter of fact, you know what? Thank you. Because you just pissed the wrong fucking Duran off. I'm going to make something every day. And I'm going to call the Duran name every day, and I'm going to go to the newspapers, and I'm going to go to the news outlets, and I'm going to write more books, and I'm going to get on interviews, and I'm going to go worldwide with the Duran name, and I'm going to tell everyone that the Durans are rapists, that the Durans beat their children like they are men. Denver Duran, don't make me start talking Denver Duran. Please don't do it. You can't put my secret out there because me put my secret out there first. I don't have any shame in my game. I've been through some things and those things have broken me. And I've done some very bad things. Things that I regret. Things I would never do again. Well, let me tell you this. I've grown from them. And I don't feel any way about them. Because you know why? Hurt people. And I was a very hurt person. And yes, I hurt people. Because that is what I knew. That is what was forced on me. You hear me? Do you hear me? Don't you ever again pick the phone up to call me, you son of a bitch. Don't you ever call my phone again. You and your father and your family. I don't like any of you. Do you notice that I stayed away from you guys? Do you notice that I left you all alone? Do you notice that it was you guys that kept reaching out and bothering me? Do you notice that I only came when you said, okay, we could both mutually benefit? Do you notice I never came to you looking for any handouts before or anything like that, or coming with any sob stories? Do you notice that I've been independent? Do you notice that I've been on my own in the United States without any green card, any papers, anything since I was 15 years old? Do you notice that I've been eating fine and being well since then? Do you know what I've been through? Do you know what I've had to do to make sure my daughter ate? You're going to come to me and tell me that you're upset because I'm embarrassing and putting shame on the family name? Denver Duran? I didn't even see you. But since you want to be a part of it, this video is for you, Mr. Denver Duran, of the military. So everyone can know who you are. Your aunt told you to not speak to me. And you turned around and stopped speaking to me. And I called you and I told you why she said that. And I said, Denver. And I said, Denver, the reason why John told you not to speak to me is because I spoke on your uncle raping me. And you never once extended sympathy. Denver Duran, you knew your uncle raped me since 2011. And since then, not one day did you say to me, Monique, even while you were hearing the story, you never opened your big stinking mouth to say to me, Monique, I'm sorry that happened to you. None of you did. So guess what, dear Denver? I am going to ring this shit from the east to the west. You thinking you reach anywhere yet? Mega Africa with it. Mega Europe with it. Mega Jamaica with it. I'm going to put him on a sex offenders list. When I'm done with you guys, the Duran name is going to be known for something else. It's going to be known for courage. It's going to be known for strength. It's going to be known for survival. If you ever know every single person, the picture went viral, and every single person that's worked with that man called me since morning. I've been up since I woke up at 4 o'clock yesterday morning, and I went to bed at 1:20 this morning. And at least 6 police officers, no, at least 10 police officers that worked with my father said to me, oh my God, I knew that man was demented. As a matter of fact, and I quote, one of them said he was malignantly insane. And my mother, Sonia Bins, because we couldn't travel yet, used to go to Jamaica and come to me and tell me how much the people in Jamaica at the police station would rave over my father. And how she couldn't understand why my father would choose to rape me. Because everyone had nothing but good things to say about him. Denver Duran, when we were here and your uncle got arrested, after he was charged for killing Rosemary Gray, a year after he was charged, a 16-year-old girl showed up to Miss Beverly's house. That's the lady that lived next door to us. With a baby in her hand. A baby in her hand. Because my father forced himself on her and impregnated her and left her. And she had no groceries for the child. And she was hungry. And because she didn't know what to do, she came to the house hoping she could get some formula for the baby. Denver, would you really like me to start talking these things? Would you really like me to start talking these things, Denver? My mother, as much as she did me bad, was also a victim of my father. Do you know that your Uncle Denver chased my mother down the street with a gun until she reached down to the honeyman's house? Because she simply asked him what he was up to. Now, my mother is no saint, because my mother knew that he was a rapist since he was 16 years old, and she was still with him. And she left me in the care of him when she was coming here to the States. But guess what? I can feel pity for her with that. Because guess what? Who else would you leave your child with? But me personally, I would never leave my child. I would never leave Ajane with her father if I knew her father was a rapist. But I can still pity her, because Stockholm is a bitch. And you little small balls bitch, Denver Duran, gonna call my phone today. I was feeling so happy that I released yesterday. But oh God, I told them I'm happy because me I released some more. And I swear to fucking God, every single day you guys perplex me, I'm going to make a video. And I'm gonna call your names. Because when I tell you I'm not protecting anyone, and people out there, if anything ever were to happen, Denver Duran called me this morning to threaten me of sorts. He called me this morning to threaten me of sorts, because I called his uncle's name, because I tagged his aunt, because his aunt had the audacity to come under my post to let me know it was unfortunate that her brother raped me, but that I needed help, and that we all on Facebook need her sympathy. Denver Duran, have you sat down and asked your aunt why she bought your uncle a house, your rapist uncle a house? Did you sit down to ask your aunt why she never protected her niece? Denver Duran, with children. You have a boy, you have 2 boy children. I'm going to tell you something. God not sleep and karma is a bitch. If I were you, I would protect your sons. I would teach them the truth about molesters. I would teach them that these people exist, instead of coming on the phone to call me as I'm getting ready to go uplift other survivors. I would tell them, listen, there are monsters in the world. There are good people, but there are monsters in the world. But you know what, Denver? I realize you too are a monster. Because any man, and I say this with no form of excuse or apology, any man that can find it in his heart to call his young cousin female and curse her out because she exposed his uncle for raping her, I'm sorry, sweetheart, and I'm not apologetic, but I feel like he would rape too. Yep, I said it. The fact that you would find it in your heart to not call me and say I'm sorry for what you've been through, and then to curse me out on top of it because I'm talking about your uncle raping me, then Denver Duran, I'm sorry, I sadly say I feel like you two would rape. You know why? Because that's how you behave. That's how you guys behave. That's how you guys behave. You defend each other, you protect each other, and you see nothing wrong. Your family is a breed of rapists. They're a breed of scavengers. They're a breed of parasites. The only regret I have in life is that my mother could not stay with her husband that she was married to because his penis was dead. And instead of helping him to get his penis to work again, she went and cheated with a teacher and cheated with my father, who was with a lady. Since you want me to start put out the business them on Facebook, my mother went and cheated on her husband. As a matter of fact, let's get deep. I was born on my mother's married bed. No, not born. Forgive me, Facebook. I'm just flustered. I was conceived on my mother's married matrimonial bed when she invited my father on there, knowing he was with a woman who was a teacher. So they were both wrong. But you want to hear the worst part of it, Denver Duran, about your uncle? Because I know you'll never read the book. He had impregnated that teacher's daughter. Denver Duran. My father, the great Alderman Lloyd Bunny Duran, impregnated the teacher's 16-year-old daughter. And my mother helped to have the baby aborted. Since you really want me to start putting the family business out, Denver, let me put it out there. Yeah, my mother's husband, his name was Stanley Levy. She was with him. She called him a Enoch. She said his penis would not work anymore. And so she went and cheated on him with Alderman Duran, knowing, fully aware that Alderman Duran had impregnated Maisie's daughter at 16 years old. Took the little girl to get an abortion because she wanted to be the first one to give him a child, because I'm his first child that the world knows about. So there's some family secret for you, Denver. Oh, and as soon as I remember the rest, sweetheart, you don't know what you just did to me today. I'm not hiding your Duran last name. How dare you come to me, see me in all my survivor splendor, my victor splendor, my freeing myself, my living beyond all of that, and tell me about the shame I put on your uncle. Fuck you and your uncle. Fuck you and your uncle. Because you're not there when I go to sleep at night and I see this man's penis. You understand? Standing erect in front of me like it was yesterday. You don't have to deal with that. You know what I wish? I wish you could have feel what I felt. I wish you could have feel. Maybe if somebody hold it down and bore your body hole and push a cock straight up in it until it reaches through your mouth. Maybe then you'd understand. Maybe then you wouldn't be so mean and harsh. Maybe if your auntie did have somebody hold her down. Oh, and let's talk secrets. Let's talk secrets. My mother set up your brother mother to get raped. You want to talk about secrets? I could talk about secrets now. And my mother set it up. Let's talk about secrets. That's the wickedness they are. And our had a hand in it and knew what was going to happen and did not warn the lady. Whether she did go pay him or not, the person came to the gate and warned her, and she never helped it. So she say. So she said she get warned. But you see when people start talking and them don't know what to say, because she spill it upon herself. So she never likes them in the house, and so she set up some things. You want me to really start talking secrets, Denver? If I were you, I'd leave me the fuck alone. I told you yesterday, and my head kind of chip. I'm a Virgo. I'm not afraid of Uno. And anything, Facebook, their names are Duran. And they're literally threatening me because I call their names. You understand? They're literally threatening me. His name is Denver Duran, and he just called and threatened me. So if you don't want to deal with it and help me, because me one can't bear it. But if me want to bear it, I'll bear it. I shall bear it. You're going to call me to threaten me because I'm calling, because I wrote a book, because I called your uncle's name. What you're gonna do something because you're in the military, Denver? Would you like me to report you to the military, Denver? Please leave me alone, Denver. I had nothing but love for you. Even with all that you did, I had nothing but love for you. And I never bothered you. And I never came to you and said, Denver, it hurt me that you have never asked me how I felt. Exactly, Terry. Them are rapists too. Because any man who can know, say him uncle rape him niece and never said, uncle, why did you do that? But have the nerve to come defend him, you will rape too. I don't trust you. Melanie, if I were you, I'd watch your daughter around him. Because any man that don't see something wrong with his uncle raping his cousin, if I were you, baby girl, I'd grab my daughter and go. Now make a ring, make you want to stay around that much. A whole heap of man on the world give you a ring. You're a beautiful girl. Denver, you deserve to be in a one-bedroom under the ground for what you just said to me. I see why no woman ever stayed with you. You're an arrogant asshole. You are an arrogant asshole. I was in that house with you, and those two little boys, they were so afraid of you. They were so afraid of you, and you backed that little boy up on the wall, and you beat him and punched him in his chest. Since you care so much about your uncle's secret, let me put some of yours out there. You beat that little boy on the wall like he was a grown man, and I turned to you and said, Denver, that's wickedness. And you told me to mind my business, all because the little boy brought a jacket to school in his bag, because he didn't want to wear the stupid jacket you gave him. You beat him like that, like a man. You want to come in here and talk about secrets? Leave me alone. It's best you leave me alone. I'm here for my survivors. I'm here for the 50 messages that I have to go check. For everybody that said, Monique, thank you. You don't know how much you helped me to heal. Thank you. That's what I'm here for. You, my dear, are not a priority to me. The reason I'm making this video, because you threatened me. because you called me in a threatening manner, and I want to have evidence on Facebook. So that should anything, there's evidence that you called me today, December 23rd, and threatened me. All because I called your uncle's name, and I called your names, Joanne Duran, Donna Duran, Alderman Lloyd Duran, Denver Duran, and the list will grow if you guys don't leave me alone. And I'll start putting pictures out there, and I'll start making police reports, because I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not that little 12-year-old girl that was scared to take a knife and slice your uncle's neck. I have one regret in life. I have one regret in life, that when that boy went in that tree for shoot out your uncle brain marrow, someone never make him squeeze the trigger. The problem is I'm too filled with love. And even with everything they've done to me, I'm still filled with love, because I refuse to carry around any hate. I refuse, but I will speak on it. So guess what, Denver Duran? I'm not that little 12-year-old girl. And if I was a little 12-year-old girl again, but I slice your uncle neck. The day, 1 o'clock, December 17th, when your uncle had me on the bed with his tongue between my legs, lapping up my vaginal juices, if I had had just enough sense, I would have taken the knife and I would have got him like a fucking goat. And I would have pulled his tongue that he had in my vagina through his throat. And I would have cut his penis off and stuffed it down his throat. Denver Duran, since you really want me to talk what I really feel. Your uncle is a rapist, and you are a rapist defender, Denver Duran. Thank you for showing me your true colors. Melanie, if I were you, I'd be very careful, because any man that defends a rapist will rape. Any man that protects a rapist will rape. Pray for him. I'm not praying for anybody. I'm not praying for anybody. No, please, I'm not praying for anybody. I want justice. I want people to find them for who they are. I want people to know that they're who they are. For you to call me and talk about why would I have book and why would I put the Duran name. I put each and every one of them name in there. Each and every one of them name is in there. And if I write another book, your name will be in it too. Try me. Tell your family to try me. And there's evidence. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to make a police report. I'm going to make a police report. Thank you, Denver Duran, because I'm going to make a police report today. And I'm going to protect myself against you guys, because you guys are evil. I'm so sorry my mother could have learned to keep her legs where they should have been, which was at home. Whether there was something at home to go in there or not. But I had to come, because God gives strongest soldiers the hardest battle. So I had to come that way. Because of me, I have the big mouth for going to Macy's and say, excuse me, miss, my dad raped me. Would you like to read about it? Yes. I saw my mouth big and I saw my back broad. And guess what, Denver Duran? You ain't seen nothing yet, baby. You ain't seen nothing yet. You think some start, but just a come. You don't know what you did. If I could do it all over again, I'd have bust your uncle throat myself. You understand? You don't know what it feels like or what it felt like. When your uncle come home every night 11 o'clock and come into my room and put his fingers inside of me every single night. You don't know what that feel like, and you've never asked me, and you've never shown me sympathy, but I should have known better. You guys are the scum of the earth, and your auntie gonna report me? Your auntie's gonna report me and shut her page down? That's okay. She has already shown the entire world who she is, what she's capable of, and thank God for screenshots, because I am going to be posting it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to promote the post. So how you like that? Your name shall go worldwide. Congratulations. You are the winner of another sweepstake. I'm going to put your Duran name out there. I'm going to make your name so fucking famous. I'm going to make your father, your uncle, look like the next Marilyn Manson when I'm done with you guys. And you guys be 12 disciples. You think I'm come yet? But just a start. My future just come. It just start. You should have never made that call this morning. I bid you adieu. You and your family, I bid you adieu. And so no come, I so mega call out on the name. You hear me? My uncle died. There are 2 uncles in the family that stood up to Duran. Kenneth Duran and Tony Duran. I think his proper name is Charles Duran. Those are the only two uncles that stood up to your brother. And Kenneth came to the house and he was a drunkard. And because he was a drunkard, see, you see how much family secret I come out now? Because I ain't holding shit back. Because people, thank God my place nice and clean. I see my library, so I can tell some well-educated girl. Sorry about that interruption, but I say, I read, me a girl with sense, but obviously them people have no sense. You understand? Kenneth Duran came to the house and said, Bunny, I can't believe what I hear you doing to this child. Kenneth died because he drank a lot, forgive me. You're talking about shame on the family name? The only thing that is known about the Durans is that they're drunkards, including you, Duran, Denver. That's why, now I'm wondering why you have to have a drink every night. Makes me wonder. Because you have to have a drink every single night. Why do you have to have a drink every night, Denver? What's bothering you, Denver? What are you hiding, Denver? Why you can't sleep at night, Denver? What's in your closet? Why you gotta drink every night? Because the only thing that I know about the Durans is that they're drunkards and whoremongers, and that they sleep with each other. One of the worst than the people them down south to sleep with them family. One is a bunch of garbage. You come on my phone and act like you're somebody. You're somebody? Nobody see on our account, you know? Huh? The only thing the Durans are known for is that they're drunkards. You come bragging about some Irish. You think that's something to brag about? You piece of shit? You piece of waste material? You waste of a cum? Huh? That's the only thing the Durans are known for. And Tony turned to your brother and said, I can't believe you did that to the little girl. Those are the only two people. And my Aunt Marcia on my mother's side. Those are the only people. And my Uncle Tony. That's my Uncle Derek. That stood up to my mother and father. Those are the only people. Marcia, Derek, Kenneth, and Tony. Those are the only people that stood up to him. And you're going to come tell me about I'm shaming family name? Then you don't see shame yet. You have not seen shame yet. You should not have made that call. And I'm going to make a police report against you. And this is a public service announcement that I feel threatened by you. Refrain from calling my phone again. And the next time you call my phone, you'll be in violation. Just so you know, this is a public service announcement. You see my eye? My eye is because of your uncle. The 10 years I couldn't walk was because of your uncle. The sickness where you put me out of your house for because you wanted to yell at my daughter for not eating rice and corn. Look how, you know, say something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with your entire family. Your father come on the phone, never asked me what happened with his brother. Gonna tell me am I in school and what I'm doing with my life. Fuck you and your dad. All of you. If you come like vermin, you come like God vomit. You come like God change your mind. But it was too late. Please, leave me alone. I'm begging you. Survivors, I will continue to speak for you. I will continue to speak on your behalf. And I will continue to show you that it's okay to not be afraid of these scumbags. You cum cloth. People like you, somebody should have just come in a piece of fabric and just throw the fabric away. You should have been a cum cloth. Come in a piece of cloth. You are a waste of sperm and energy and the thrust it took to make the person you are. I'm sorry when people like you did not come out. When they never come out breach. I'm sorry when people like you and Joe and they come out when the umbilical cord never wrap around on a ass neck and suffocate, you know. I'm sorry when they never drown for amniotic fluid. Because Earth is too good a place for you. You piece of shit. You come call my phone about me shame family name. What family name? Who are you? Huh? You drunk piece of shit?